Hey, my name is Mo Haddad, and for the third vlog, I decided to interview my friend Jack about his motivation and attribution in a certain class. So I asked him what course was difficult for him throughout his college career, which one was most tough, and for me, he said hands down was biochemistry, which I actually understand because I'm currently in that class right now. And what he told me, what made it so difficult for him, was that basically you have these long metabolic pathways that you have to memorize, and these things can span over 500 PowerPoint slides, and then from there you have to memorize every little intermediate, so just these little molecules and different enzymes that happen and cause these reactions to occur. And basically some of them can just be crazy long, like to the point where some people literally could not memorize them. And basically, that's what made it so tough for him. And what he did to address that challenge is something that most people would not do. And he basically gave up a good portion of his social life. I'm in a similar situation, so I have to do something like that right now. But basically, what he chose to do was stop going out like he used to. Wake up extremely early every day, go to bed pretty early as well, and throughout the entire day just stay focused throughout the entire duration. So he applied that and actually ended up doing pretty successfully, pretty well in the class. But the way he would gauge whether or not he was doing well was basically by he could sense by his level of motivation. He could see, when he started to get distracted a little bit, his grades would instantly slip. But when he'd stay focused, he would just pull on through. So that's a pretty accurate gauge, and obviously the most the most obvious one is based on his exam performance. So he picked up these strategies basically by trial and error because his freshman year he did not do well in class, and he realized it was because he was not focused, he wasn't motivated, and essentially that just led to a huge grade drop. So that kind of leads to the next part of it when I asked him when he did well or poorly in a difficult course. And his freshman year chemistry courses, he actually did very poorly. He failed them both, which is ironic because he's such a smart kid. And the reason why he did poorly in this class was lost his motivation. He was distracted. He was at a Big Ten university, decided to go out more than he was focusing on school, and that led to a huge downfall. He has to. So putting in effort and staying focused is key. Um, the reason why he did not enjoy that course wasn't so much because of the content, but rather the class itself was demanding, and he wasn't putting in the necessary effort. So you have to put in your maximum effort in order to really do well in a class, and that really comes from intrinsic motivation. When you're away at school, you can't have your parents pushing you every single second because they're not living with you anymore like they used to. And when work gets hard, I asked him, "Look, what do you do?" And he said, you just have to stay focused on the task right in front of you. You can't look at the thousand other things that you have to do. And at the end of the day, he said he really does enjoy these challenges. That they're difficult. They're not something that are necessarily easy by any means, but that feeling of gratification that he says he has after he puts in endless amounts of work and actually sees success come from it, he said that makes it all worth it, and there are very few feelings that can compare to that. So at the end of the day, he said effort and motivation, focus are really what leads to successful classes and or successful grades in classes, and I honestly agree with that. So, thank you.